I went into Secret Invasion with some pretty high expectations. Almost every show on Disney Plus is either Marvel or Star Wars. Obviously, it's full of things to see and the scale may be big, but it's strangely disappointing. I think it's because it's a change from what we're used to seeing on the big screen in the theater to a drama. It's not as big as the movies, and the actors aren't exactly what I was hoping for. When I saw the trailer, I was excited because this time it was Nick Fury and no one else. In Marvel, Nick Fury Samuel L. Jackson is the boss and in charge of everything, so I thought the story would be diverse. Most of all, I was looking forward to seeing the Avengers. There were nuances of that in the beginning, but this was just a Nick Fury movie. In the first episode, he explains everything that's happened so far, and I think it's Richard Dormer. I was completely transfixed by how deliciously he was explaining things. His voice is so good that I think it's one of the reasons I had such high expectations from the beginning. There are aliens called Skrulls who have come to Earth from outer space. They can change their appearance to that of an Earthling at will. Not only do they look the same, but they sound the same. They've been here for a long time and are already working their way into government positions. The problem is, they can't live here forever, so they need a planet of their own. Until then, the Skrulls have been cooperating and helping Nick Fury on Earth. One of the Skrulls, Gravik Kingsley Vanadier, feels that the Earthlings are only using them. He had originally worked with Nick Fury on several occasions, but became disgruntled and took on a leadership role in the Skrulls. The two most powerful nations on Earth, Russia and the United States, utilized the advantage of being able to turn into free-form Earthlings. It was Gravik's intention to drive a wedge between the two to the advantage of the Skrulls. When Skrull Adalos Ben Mendelsohn learns of this, he and Nick Fury try to stop it at all costs. Since we have no idea how far the Skrulls have spread, Nick Fury is on his own. In the show, there isn't a single place on Earth that isn't currently infested with Skrulls. There are even some Skrulls who are married to Earthlings and living happily ever after. And when Nick Fury gets in the way of their plans, they turn him into a murderer. Inevitably, the video goes viral where many people can see it. In fact, the entire plot of the show is about trying to thwart the plans of the Nymphorian Skrulls. The Skrulls are joined by Talos' daughter, Gaia Emilia Clarke, who looks vaguely familiar. I thought I recognized her from Game of Thrones and realized it was Daenerys. Gaia initially tries to work with Gravik, but she's confused. After the show, it's a little confusing because Gaia's powers are so amazing. She's got this thing made out of the blood of the Avengers, and she's able to utilize that power. Marvel is all about connections and continuity, so what happens to Gaia's incredible powers in the future? I was very curious about that, and it comes at the end of the show. We've had a lot of different heroes, but Nick Fury has never been the main character. Nick Fury is the main character, and his narrative comes out, and even his wife comes out, and there's a twist. The story is a metaphor for the refugees on Earth. I wasn't expecting a huge scale, but it was beautiful to watch.